Hey, cousins. I know everything is going well with you. Everything is fine with me, child. But guess what? Your girl panties is in a bunch. Because I watched NXT Homecoming because Bianca Belair was advertised. Bianca Belair coming home. And so I sat through that whole motherfucking show just for Bianca to be in the audience. No. Mm-mm. I did not like nor appreciate the way y'all handle my girl. Okay? And we're going to go through it. Since I had to watch the whole fucking show, I might as well tell you what I saw and how I feel. First of all, NXT was down to the Full Sail at Winter Park, Florida. Now, we all know that Paul Levesque did not invent NXT, okay? Maybe polished it up a little bit, but NXT was NXT and way before Paul Levesque got his grudgy ass hands on it, okay? Now, let me tell you what I remember, all right? I remember Undisputed Era was NXT. Why didn't you shout them out? Okay? I mean, you can feel how you want to feel, but Undisputed Era was the bee's knees. Adam Cole, baby. Listen, you had your show on Undisputed Era shoulders for 2 years straight. Keith Lee, shout out to Keith Lee. He retired now. Keith Lee done. Mostly because of health issues. Let me tell you something. That COVID took Keith Lee all the way the fuck out. Ain't nobody can tell me different. Okay? That school with Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, and then you can take it all back to the Four Horsemen with Sasha Banks, Becky, Bailey, and Scarlett. Yes, that era with Finn Balor, and I just got through talking about Shinsuke and all of them people. Those were good eras in NXT takeovers, not so much as the TV shows. Quiet as it's kept. And let me tell you when NXT start spiraling slowly but surely after fucking Dusty Rhodes went on the glory. NXT was left into Paul Levesque's hand. Oh my God. mm. Oh my goodness. Did you hear that? What? Do I have a possession or something? Paul Levesque. It's Paul Levesque, whoever did that. Paul Levesque. Once it got in his hands, child, it was long, drawn-out storylines, no finishes to nothing, boring-ass, circular type creative, but them NXT takeovers was nothing to play with. I was front and center at all the NXT takeovers. I'm not even going to hold you on that. So let me tell you what I saw. Vic Joseph and Booker T was on the 1 and 2s. Booker T was Booker T and bad tonight, child. First person you see is Triple H. Time to play the game. It's playing. And we got to get all of that. Bow down to the game. Yeah. He gets into the ring and he says all of the bullshit you don't want to hear. All of you took something that started as a whisper, just a tiny whisper quietly going along, and you turned it into an undeniable roar. Sir, NXT started out as a little TV show segment on WWE television. The vision was already there before you made it a brooding ground for independent wrestlers and minimal character work. Just saying. Your passion for this, along with the talent, everybody else did this for no other reason than their passion. Your passion for this turned into a roar. Boy, bye. You only here for the dough. How you coming out trying to pump up the audience? Anyway, Shawn Michaels came out, and I know a few people online was like, damn, what happened to his legs? Listen, that man had extensive surgery. He handed his body over to the business. Y'all need to hop up off of Shawn Michaels. I actually like Shawn Michaels because he did the work to be a better person. Anyway, him and Triple H had their little thing. I thought they was going to tongue kiss because, you know, Triple H loved kissing Shawn Michaels in his mouth. And Shawn Michaels was like, listen, we down here. We having a good time. I'm trying to get these kids ready, and you know you making all these multi-million-dollar deals or whatever, so you ain't got to worry about it because I'm steering the ship in the right direction. And Triple H was like, well, what if I told you I want to come back down? And Shawn was like, well, if that's what you're going to do, you're going to have to pry it from my broke ass dead hands, because I'm going to hit you dead in the motherfucking chest. And after you drop, I'm going to continue to be the creative director for NXT. And then William Regal showed up just so he could say, War Games! Then we go into Alexa Bliss. And then we get Mother Bone. Mother Bone looked lovely as usual. Loved her outfit. They came out. And Alexa was like, wow, Charlotte, I think they argue more than we do. Just a bunch of bullshit ass banter. It was real cringy, to be honest with you. Charlotte went on to say, we are besties. Oops, I said it. She said, guys, calm down because I got to say this. This is where the women's revolution started. Right here at Full Sail with the women. The 4 horsewomen. Paige, Asuka, Carmella, Alexa Bliss. I'm sorry. Alexa Bliss? Last time I checked, Alexa Bliss literally had no presence on NXT TV. Neither did Becky Lynch. But she was a part of the 4 horsewomen because she was willing to put her body through the ringer. Anyway, Carmella, are you serious? She was paired up with Enzo and Cass. I don't know who this woman's yelling out, but whatever. I did hear Alexa Bliss say Ember Moon, Shayna, Nia, Rhea, Io. I wouldn't argue with those. But why didn't nobody say Bianca? Why ain't nobody say Bianca? Like, what's that about? Okay, girl, whatever. Anyway, she said the women have always been the backbone of NXT, and that's never going to change. And if you aren't down with that, we got 2 words for ya. Fuck you. No, I'm sorry. Suck it. Suck it. Suck it. Suck it. And Triple H and Shawn Michaels was like, what? And that was the beginning of this show. I was already like, God, that was long and arduous. Like, why do we have to deal with that? I didn't want to see triple nose in the fucking ring. Shawn Michaels could come through, but please. Anyway, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus the Culling for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. I'm going to tell you right now, the whole reason why this happened is because old girl Tatum Paxley has a doll and Alexa Bliss has a doll. Nothing more, nothing less. If you want to pass the torch, let the young people win. That is why you can't make any stars. Why did Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair need to win here? Anybody want to explain? And furthermore, we already knew they were going to win because commentary said, yeah, after they get done with these tag team with the Culling, they got to deal with the fucking Hervis, Chelsea Green, and one half of the Hervis. So we already knew they was going to lose. It was an exhibition match. I don't appreciate that. First strike. Then we went to the back of the locker room where Zarya was down there talking to Sol Ruka and talking about what they was doing in the ring. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You know, Sol Ruka got 2 belts. The Speed Championship is now on NXT. And so Ruka was like, you know, I'm doing my Thug Thizzle, and don't nobody really want my American Championship. That's how I know Paul Levesque got his hands in it, because no one fights Sol Ruka for her championship. So anyway, Zarya was like, why don't you calm the fuck down and we can figure out what we're going to do. And Lainey was like, well, I want to fight for the Speed Championship. And then we got old girl coming in, Dick Face wife. She came in and was like, well, you got to beat me first, Candice LeRae, for the Speed Championship. Then nobody was interested in the North American Championship. And then guess who showed up? Shayna Baszler. And she came in just as soft as freshly driven snow. Hey guys, I know what it's like to be in a tag team, and I was a big time deal here in NXT, but you 2 need to deal with it. And she left. That was your first pop, I guess. I don't know. Went straight into DIY versus Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. Let me tell you something. I ain't gonna be a hater all the way. It was a cute little zhuzh. It was a cute match or whatever. All I knew was Carmelo was supposed to be going after the United States Championship, and you got the TNA champion over there. I'm going to need Dick Face and Tommaso to lose, which is what they did. But it was a decent match. It was hard hitting. And I'm going to tell you now, this tag team of DIY needs to do that on the main roster if they want to get over. They need to do that on the main roster if they want to get over. See, they were doing stuff that you wouldn't even recognize the damn tag team. Carmelo Hayes was showing his ass up and showing it out. Trick Williams was cute or whatever, but you could tell who should have went up and should have stayed down. And everyone that's on the main roster are where they're supposed to be. I can see where Trick can use a little more tuning, if you ask me. But Carmelo and Trick won, and it was all right. It was cute or whatever. Kelly Kincaid was backstage, and she was talking to fucking Animal, and I was like, womp womp. And so Sami Zayn decided to give the rub to Javon Evans, and he said, Javon, sky's the limit. You could be anything you want to be. And I know, because I started here, and I can be anything I want to be, and that's why I'm the U.S. champion right now. And then Josh Briggs came in, and he was like, no, Ava don't know what the fuck she talking about. I'm the baddest bitch on the block. Javon and Briggs got into a little brawl, and Shammy was like, cut the shit. Don't do that. All you got to do is be the best you can, and you could be whatever you want. And that was Sami Zayn's pop. Third match, Ethan Page versus Tyler Breeze for the North American Championship. Tyler, love his entrance. Love it. Love it, love it. No one cares. Ethan Page, I don't see what y'all see. I really didn't pay attention to this match. I'm not even going to hold you. Ethan Page won. Damian Priest, that's your other pop. It was more like basically told Tavion Heights, listen, I'm Puerto Rican and I'm a hot bitch. You too can be Puerto Rican and a hot bitch. How about it? You need to go after that NXT North American Championship so you can get in a hot tub and take some photos with it like me. And that was the beginning of the best days of my life down in here, NXT. Because on the main roster, you going to get fucked up every which way but loose. Because they ain't going to know what to do with you. So you better enjoy it. Moving right along, Grayson Waller effect with Obafemi and Ricky Saints was the worst fucking thing I've ever said and experienced. I need Grayson Waller to get fired. I need Grayson Waller to go find something else to fuck to do. I don't know why this man's working. I don't like nothing he got going on. I can't stand his fucking face. My ass itch. I don't like it. Obafemi basically said, ain't nobody finna beat me. Ricky Saints was like, well, I'ma beat you. Obafemi was like, no, you ain't, bitch. So Trick Williams was like, hold up. It's grown men talking. How about Oba? You got all that mouth. You fight me. And so basically Grayson Waller was like, well, I'ma just book a match because why not? So it's going to be Obafemi and Trick Williams, winner takes all at No Mercy, and whoever wins that can fight Ricky Saints at some other situation, child. I don't even fucking know. Hated it. No Quarter Catch Crew had a glorious moment with Bobby Roode, and this is what you heard. And then old girl was like, it's just like when Joe Hendry, and he came, I believe in Joe Hendry. And him and Bobby, they rubbed each other, and he said, you know what? I was the NXT, the TNA World Champion and the NXT Champion. So Joe Hendry, it's a big possibility that you could be NXT Champion. And Joe Hendry was like, I can. Lexis King was in the ring. I thought that was spray on hair. No, it's all his. He has a lot of hair. Anyway, Finn Balor came out, beat up Lexis King. So Miles Bourne came out, hit him with a zigzag, and then he got coup de grace in his ass. So Lexis King got his ass whipped. Kelly Kincaid was backstage talking to the Dark State. Now, that other dude, I forgot his name, who has absolutely no personality, they got him saying all kind of dick jokes and lightweight gay, like alluding like he's gay or something. Anyway, Montez showed up. Where was his other half? I don't know. Montez was like, I see y'all got them tag team titles. It's cute or whatever, but when we was doing it big. So maybe you need to go ahead and watch your back while you doing all that talking. You ain't a bad looking dude, but you ain't as good looking as me. And before old boy could say something, they was like, shut up, we don't want to hear it. Moving right along, main event. Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaquer, Lyra Valkyria took what is that girl's name? Tiffany Stratton's place. It wasn't Tiffy time because Tiffy time busted her damn alarm clock on the concrete down to the SmackDown. Y'all listen. Jade stepped out the way because that's how it was choreographed. Tiffany Stratton is a seasoned and decorated gymnast. The bitch didn't stick the landing and landed on her skull. I hope she's okay. No one wants a damn cracked skull and a concussion. Anyway, I can't stand JC Jane's face. Okay? It was a cute little match. Cute little zhuzh. But let me tell you what I noticed. Paul Levesque made sure to make sure his girl was comfortable. Rhea Ripley barely wrestled. Lyra Valkyria did all the work. Stephanie Vaquer came in. And of course, Rhea Ripley and Stephanie had to do their devil's kiss twice. They aimed it at Booker T, who was over there. Oh yeah, nah. That was the highlight of the show. Never mind that Lyra was working her fucking ass off. And Fatal Influence, I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't give a fuck about JC Jane, but them other two bitches that's with her, Nyx and what's that other girl? Anyway, the cowboy girl. Oh, them hoes could wrestle. And I ain't never said they couldn't. But guess who gets the pin? Yeah. In the meantime, before the match even started, I'm sitting there waiting like, where the fuck is Bianca? Like, this is the end. What's going on? Child, they showed Bianca all decked out in leopard, and this bitch waved at the camera. I said, I know you fucking lying. So we ain't gonna get no backstage segment. We ain't gonna get no rub. We not gonna have a run-in. Why didn't Bianca stand next to Kylie Armstrong? Why wasn't Callie Armstrong on the show? Where the fuck was Lash Legend? Where the fuck was Jada Parker to pass the torch to the girls? What the fuck are we doing? One of the cousins was like, girl, stop. That show was not bad. It show the fuck was, and it got even worse when fucking guess who took the pin? Guess who had to take the goddamn pin? Not Lyra, who was working her ass off. Not Stephanie Vaquer, who was the second busiest person. Nobody in Fatal Influence. You beat the goddamn NXT Women's Champion with Rhea Ripley. Oh, because that's how you make stars? You bring down alumni and let them beat the new up-and-coming stars? Man, listen. Fuck that. And fuck this show. But before we left, Ava was back there. And Oba was like standing all in front of Trick's face. And William Regal told Ava, hey, you got a lot going on. Not my motherfucking problem. And Oba told Trick, listen, man, may the best dude win. And Trick was like, yeah, I sure will. And that's how the show ended. Fuck this show. Fuck it. So if anybody was like, why you don't do, because of this. Because when I was watching NXT before Paul Levesque got his hands on it again, it wasn't this fucking formulaic and bad. He literally brought down his NXT kids. Nobody of note. Where the fuck was Asuka? Kairi Sane. Io Sky. Why you didn't have none of them people who were popular as fuck on the main roster down here? I understand Tiffany Stratton's injured. She could have walked and showed her ass or something. No, you got them same dry ass hoes. No, I ain't like it. Y'all get in the comments and tell me what you think. Let's argue.